Hello, everyone. My name is Robert Pruce. I'm a senior application scientist at SCIEX. And today I have with me Dr. Andrew Percy, who's a senior applications chemist for mass spectrometry at Cambridge Isotopes. And we're here today, we're going to discuss a new product we have developed in collaboration called the QReS Kit. So hello, Andrew.
Thank you, Bob, for the introduction and the invitation. I'd like to also extend my thanks to the SCIEX applications team, Belgian UBI included, for their assistance in the development and testing of this exciting new product called QReS.
All right, with that, what is the QReS Kit?
Again.
Okay, the QReS Kit was designed for metabolomic MS initiatives. It's comprised of 2 dry down mixes, and is also provided with the user manual, which provides many different examples to show procedures and results from our development aspects. The labeled metabolites are predominantly 13C labeled, with several being uniformly labeled to high isotopic enrichment. Metabolites span a broad metabolic class range, as shown in the pie chart here, and also cover a broad molecular weight range. And that's makes the mix well suited for their use as QC checkpoints in LC-MS metabolomic experiments. Now, the applications, these are immense for this QC product, and that can pertain to both untargeted and targeted LC-MS metabolomic experiments. With collaboration with SCIEX, we named this kit QReS because it embodies some of the applications that it could afford, that being quantification, retention, tracking or indexing, and system suitability.
All right, that's great. Can you wonder if you could let us know what barriers does this kit help to overcome?
Yeah, one of the challenges with MS omics, and it's not just metabolomics but other omics, proteomics included, is the qualification of methods and instrument platforms. Required are materials that can be used to assess the assay fitness throughout all phases of a batch of sample analysis. And what this means is that we need QC checkpoints, both before, during, and after any sample analysis. And in so doing, the results can it can provide clues as to whether the results are reasonable for analysis, or maybe it elucidates some performance errors that need attention before following up with any additional experiments. Or maybe the results gleaned that the error causes the results to be invalidated. So that really specifies the importance of doing these QC points throughout your analysis. The problem is that there's a deficient number of commercially available QC products for MS metabolomics. And the groups that implement QC measures do so with in-house prepared cocktails. But these may not be reproducible from lot to lot. So our QReS product is readily available, and it provides a reliable solution for doing these quality evaluations. We can implement this in various ways, and we've done so with our collaborative efforts. And I'll get to that if you ask me about the applications.
Sure thing, yeah. So going right into that, what applications or potential applications is this kit could be used for? So
these 2 dry down mixes, they should first be reconstituted in 1 ml of highly pure solvent. And that once reconstituted, lends to the concentration specified in that product flyer. These reconstituted mixes, they can then be combined, and then working solutions prepared for calibration, QC, or matrix spikes. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the applications are immense, and the 2 principal ones are quantification, be it absolute or relative, and then the other application being for qualification. And that could be for assessing metabolomics methods or quality control of the instrument platform. And through our collaborative efforts, SCIEX included, we've demonstrated these applications. And that's been done in matrix-free and matrix-containing conditions. The method used was a metabolomics RPLC-MRM method with dual ESI polarity. But beyond that application, there are a number of potential applications that this kit could afford. One example is also in metabolic quantification, but here we would use both the unlabeled and labeled QReS mixes. So standard curves could then be generated in a surrogate matrix using a reverse curve or forward curve format. And what a reverse curve is when the unlabeled metabolite signals are held constant and the labeled metabolite signals are serially diluted across a calibration series. And it could be 7,000-fold, for instance. Then the labeled standard is spiked into a matrix of interest, be it human plasma or human urine, for instance, as we've done in the past. As in the XIC I've shown on the slide is from a human plasma analysis of 1 calibrant level. Then in the analysis, relative signals are measured. And that relative signals of unlabeled to labeled is then applied to the regression equation in a standard curve for quantification. And the quantification isn't just for the metabolites in the mixes, but it could also be for other metabolites in your analysis. Here, the metabolites in the mixes would represent internal standards, and other metabolites having similar retention times could be the surrogate standards. So all other metabolites could potentially be quantified using just these two mixes. In the analysis, we could use vendor-dependent software such as Multiquant or vendor-neutral software such as Skyline. And there are many other applications that this kit could afford, and for the purpose of this, I don't have time to get into them, but we're hoping to encapsulate some of these in pending documents, such as a TAC or app note, and hopefully a manuscript publication. So stay tuned on that. And I hope that this overview and insights as to some of the applications could prove useful for your and other research applications.
Well, thank you. Yeah, because in my testing, it's been a fantastic kit, using it both for targeted studies with MRMs and also for untargeted studies, looking at,
Right.
data off of a top instrument.
Yes.
So it's a fantastic mix for either one. And, with the wide variety of compounds in there, it covers, such a wide range of compounds that, it's just a really, really fantastic mix.
Yeah. Speaking of the untargeted work, that reminds me to mention that you could do swath analysis with this on the triple TOF or other instruments that could lend to such swath type analysis. And that's when this mix could find utility being used as retention time indexing standards or for broader quantifications, as that one example I mentioned, where the labeled metabolites would be used for internal standard use or as surrogate standard use. So it really lends itself to many variable applications, and I hope that others are as excited as I am about its potential use.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. It's a fantastic overview you've given us, Andrew. And anything else you'd like to add?
I really appreciate this invitation, and I look forward to speaking to you in the very near future.